You guys. So I know a lot of people just celebrate the new year. Today is January 2nd of 2019, but technically, like really in real life, is not the new year. The new year isn't until the spring equinox, which is the end of March. You know, when new things begin to grow, things begin to, life kicks in again, the winter is over. That is when the new year really is. And January 1st is actually Haitian Independence Day. So that's what we're about to talk about today, the real truths and what's really going on. The Haitian Revolution has often been described as like one of the largest and most successful rebellions in the Western Hemisphere. So it started in 1791 and it was over by 1803. I mean, 1803 they won. You know what I'm saying? They ended slavery and they took over the French colony. So I guess it all began in like 1789. There was a whole bunch of stuff going on. They came and they were trying to come with new concepts for human rights and universal citizenship and yeah, kind of like now this whole new world order type thing. They was basically coming and hitting with a whole bunch of new orders, and they really weren't with it, you know, and they were still slaves. So about 30,000 of the Haitians back then, black people, were free. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't really get to have anything. They couldn't have as much as they wanted. And the half of those slaves that were free were mulattoes. They were mixed. You know, a lot of women were being raped, of course. So half of them were mixed. But the mulatto ones, they seemed to be better well off than the average white person that had shops and things like that. So, and there were about 500,000 slaves, just regular Haitian slaves that wanted to get away. And people don't know the biggest most migrations that are big from one place to another is because of slaves dipping out from, just like now, a whole bunch of people trying to leave Mexico and all them other places come to America. People be trying to dip and get away from whatever bullshit is going on. But anyway, and Haitian people, it's like, Kanye says slavery was a choice because people didn't fight back. And I feel like, I agreed a little bit. And with the Haitians, they obviously felt the same motherfucking way because they saw that it was 10-1. There's one white person, there's 10 of us to each one of these white people. All we got to do is attack them. And they did a lot of attacks. There were numerous, if you look in history, Haitians, they've been on that. They're like, you're not going to control us. We're not doing this. No, we're going to take over. And then ultimately they won. They got what they wanted. They fought, and boom, they were free. Then they renamed the shit to Haiti. It was not called Haiti. It was Saint Domingue. Something like that. It wasn't Haiti, I can tell you that. So they battled from 1791 to 1803, and then January 1st of 1804, boom, they declared it as a nation that was independent, and they renamed it as Haiti. So, and it emerged as the first black republic in the world, and the second nation in the Western Hemisphere, after the United States to have independence from the European power. So we should be proud of Haiti. We should be proud of those black folks over there. We should be proud of our slave brothers and sisters that made that shit happen over there. It seems like we only talk about Harriet Tubman, but it's a lot of, slavery was a long time, and it was slavery all over. There's a lot of different stuff going on. So we really need to recognize all the different types of slavery, all the different rebellions, all the people that did get free and really fought back. Because when we watch Roots, because it seems like Roots is about the only thing they're going to give us. I mean, they gave us a couple new movies within the recent years, but based on Roots, it seemed like it was just a whole bunch of us getting kidnapped and just getting beat and not really trying to fight back. Maybe one or two people. And then when somebody try to escape, somebody gonna go tell, then you're gonna get beat, maybe killed. So I'm proud of Haiti. They did something good, and I mean, they've been on their own for a while. I mean, well, since 1804. So January 1st, that is the Independence Day for Haiti. It is not, I guess, for the average person, a person that wants to follow pagan holidays, a person that wants to follow Caesar, things like that, then yeah, it was a new year for you. Or if you just want to celebrate some shit. Some people just want to celebrate some stuff, just like Christmas, Easter, all of that. Some people just want to celebrate, but no, It's not the real new year yet. The real new year is the spring equinox. So now we're about to talk about that. Let me show you this picture I saw, because when I was looking up my information so I could have this blog, right, I hop on Facebook and boom, we got to post about it, somebody. So I'm going to post a little picture they posted, and then we're going to talk about the real new year, the astrological new year, the new year that we're probably supposed to be following, all of us. So you see that the months are still with their Latin names representing what number the month is. So December is basically the 10th month. So it's like, where does 11 and 12 come from if that's the 10th month? Then there's January and February. We're going to get into how 67 days were added to the year, and that made it to be January 1st being the new year, when in actuality it was supposed to be in March. So let's get to that. So New Year's Day was first celebrated in 45 BC when Julius Caesar created the Julian calendar. In January, it was dedicated to Janus. We're going to say these things the way I want to say them, because I'm not going to go research out. We'll research how to say it later. Right now, we're going to say how it's spelled. So he dedicated January to Janus, the god of the gateways and the beginnings, even though that's not the real beginning. But, you know, he made it. It was his calendar. It was his time. So that's what he wanted. So he named January after Janus. So the astronomers, they advised Caesar to do away with the lunar, and he needed to follow the solar cycles. And he was like the Egyptians. He like, I think I'll do it my own way. I think I'll add 67 more days, and that's going to take us to these random months that I want to make up, January, February, because that's what I want. And we're also going to add an extra day every 4 years to February. Like, he just came up with that stuff. That's not how the calendar was. He came up with those extra 67 days and that leap year, so don't think that it was something that was already in stone. No, it was put in stone 45 BC. So no, it's not the way things already were. So the real new year is the spring equinox, which is usually like March 20th, March 21st, something like that. It is when the sun enters the first zodiac sign. It is when nature, you know what I'm saying, you see things begin to grow. The winter is over, nature is changing, things are growing, life is coming back. And the equinox also means equal night. So on spring equinox, you have the equal amount of sunlight and moonlight that day. So it's half and half, same amount of time. It's a new beginning. Everything is equal, and that is what it is. So, but it's also known as International Astrology Day. I mean, it's really the new year, but they just decided to name that the astrology day instead to make it like it's some holiday for us astrologers. And I mean, it's really the new year. It's really when we're supposed to be setting our intentions and putting things out, trying to manifest new things for our new year. Because right now we're in 2018. We're still in that year. It's not over yet. We're still in that vibe. Everybody think that vibe, ooh, 2018 was so bad. It was the worst year. Man, it put me through. It ain't over for real, for real. It ain't over until spring comes. We're still in that vibe. It's not over. Just because it says so on TV or it says 2019 on our calendars, we're not really there. It's not. No, we're not really there. Not for real. Like in real time, that counts. No, we're not there. So the cycle basically is ending. The cycle of life, death, rebirth, resurrection is complete. And then, you know, right after comes Easter, and we're celebrating fertility and things like that. And, you know, Easter is really dedicated to Ishtar, or Esther, the goddess of fertility. And that was really celebrated on the first full moon after the spring equinox. But you know, the Catholic people in the churches, they don't celebrate full moons and things like that, so they chose the first Sunday instead, and that's how we got Easter. But really, it was the first full moon, and we're celebrating fertility and stuff like that. That's where the egg comes from, the egg. And I mean, I guess they just put the egg with the bunny, but no, that's not how it really works. We're celebrating fertility. We're not celebrating the resurrection of God or him coming back, or fertility, that goddess. That's all it is. So just know that the new year, spring equinox, that is the best time to try and manifest anything you want. So the best time to light red candles, to write down all your goals, to write down your intentions, to write down your thoughts, all that wonderful stuff. And look, the spring, I didn't even say the spring equinox, it is in the northern hemisphere. So in the southern hemisphere, they're going through their fall equinox at that time. So they still have the same amount of daylight and moonlight as well, but they're just entering their fall season as we're going into our spring season. So I need you guys to know that. I need you guys to go research that and not think that we're in the new year yet. So you thought you were getting rid of all those 2018 vibes and all that BS? No, it's still there. It ain't over yet. Still going through it. You got until March, big baby, until we get out of Pisces season. Pisces season, the end of the zodiac. So after we pass my birthday, when we get out that Pisces season where it's real popping, all the players live at, and you know they're having a good time. We're manifesting great things. As soon as that's over, then we are at the new year when we hit Aries. When the moon hit Aries, we're there. So y'all can do your own research if you want to, or you can just listen to me and be like, oh, I learned something today. But yeah, January 1st is Haitian Independence Day. We celebrate them. And then when it comes around to March 20th, 21st, spring equinox, it's the new year. Yay! Happy New Year! Pop, 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 pop. That's when they could do all they shooting, all they random stuff. But they're not going to. Good thing it's already over. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to deal with that spring equinox. We can celebrate it a different way. Go plant some stuff. Be happy. We know that the sun is about to hit us with all those good rays. We're about to get all that good air. It's about to be a good time. So make sure you guys remember that. Make sure remember a lot of things are altered in our life. Plenty shit is altered. Plenty information. History is altered. You got to do plenty of research to find out almost anything. I mean, even being an African American, we're not African Americans. Supposedly we're Moors. Supposedly we're Hebrew Israelites. Supposedly we're Indians. Who knows? We're a little bit of everything, aren't we? I know we're the originals. I mean, I know that much. We're the originals. Don't know what our real name is, but we are the originals. So that's enough for me, ain't it? But we're not citizens. We're not citizens here in the United States. So we're the originals, but we're not citizens. Remember that. You got to know all these different things. It's real tricky. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something today. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back for more videos. Time for me to go to bed. You guys have a great day. Bye.